What's going on, everyone? So as you guys can see in today's video, and ending off my 2018 videos, I'm going to be talking about the 10 most popular cars everyone wants off the ban list in 2018. Now, as a disclaimer, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because 2018 is a little less than 2 days from now, and there are a lot of cars players want off the ban list. And while Konami did promise us a ban list in January, we're not guaranteed to get what we want on the ban list because you guys already know Konami's main objective is money instead of making a healthy, harder game. So before I get to the topic, I just want to say a few things. My first thing is, if you guys are listening, hit that like button. Let's try to get today's video to 200 likes. It definitely helps boost me in the YouTube algorithm, and it helps promoting the channel. Now, outside of hitting the like button, I wanted to bring up one thing that a lot of people seem to tell me on my channel, and that's I don't seem enthusiastic enough in my videos. You guys gotta realize, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 15 years, and I love the game to death. And honestly speaking, I'm very enthusiastic. In my opinion, I'm just a low energy person. I'm not gonna be all hyper bouncing off the walls like some other YouTubers you guys watch. I don't have a lot of energy. I am a natural low energy person. The subscribers that met me in real life can vouch for that. But trust me when I tell you guys, I love this game, and I've been playing it for 15 years, so of course I'm not going to be as excited over every little thing like other people you guys may watch. I mean, this is not my first rodeo. I've played multiple card games, so yeah. Now that I get that off my chest, let's get into the new video. So starting off with number 10, Stein. Stein is a card that's been in Yu-Gi-Oh since the dawn of time. It's been out pretty much forever, and a lot of players have been wanting Stein off the ban list since they first got hit. Reason being, you got to pay the 5,000 life points. Now, I'm one of the people to say Stein should have been off the ban list when Effect Veiler became a thing, because if they Stein paid the 5,000, you can Effect Veiler the opponent, and they pretty much just pay 5,000 for nothing. OCG has Stein at 3. It ain't doing nothing. So with that being said, I believe if TCG get it to 1 at least, or 2, it won't do nothing over here. But who knows? Only time will tell. Number 9, Majespecter Unicorn Kirin. Now, this is one I disagree with, but for whatever reason, a lot of players I see post on Zodiac Duelist, Facebook, and even at locals talk about how they want Majespecter Unicorn Kirin to come off the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. And I gotta disagree with it. It's a fact that's pretty insane. For you guys that are kind of newish to this format, who just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh like last week, it's a fact on the screen. During either player's turn, you can target one pendulum monster in your monster zone, and one monster opponent controls, return them to their hands. You can only use Majespecter Kirin once per turn, and it can be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. Now, it might not seem that powerful, but when you got this card on the field, targeting himself, targeting an opponent's monster, he's an instant out to anything your opponent can make, extra their cards, and etc. So pretty much if your opponent set him up on the field, you would always have an out to anything your opponent can do. And with him can be targeted, can be destroyed, he was a force to be reckoned with, which is why he was on the ban list. I hope he stays on the ban list, but for some reason players want him off the ban list. And so with that being said, I had to add him to this list as being one of the most popular cards that players want off the ban list. Number 8, Tribe Infecting Virus. Now, in my personal opinion, Tribe is a card that should have been off the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. I mean, look at the simple effect. Discard one card from your hand, declare one type of monster, destroy all face-up monsters of the declared type on the field. Simple effect, but for whatever reason, Konami of the TCG has declined to take this card off the ban list. I guess they're scared Mermails is going to become the new meta, right? But in all seriousness though, Tribe Infected Virus is a classic card, very nostalgic card, and it's a card that reminds me of my high school days, because I remember back in the day, it was either you had Regeki or you had Tribe Infecting Virus, and when your opponent drew Tribe you, it was pretty much game over. Number 7, Harpie's Feather Duster. Now, Harpie's Feather Duster is another card people want off the ban list. It's either Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, or Giant Trunate for me personally. But people want Harpie's Feather Duster off the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list simply due to the fact that the OCG have Harpie's Feather Duster in the OCG, and it's really pretty much not doing anything over there, simply due to the fact that a lot of decks are running back row, and if they do, they run maybe one back row. So having a Harpie's Feather Duster ain't really doing anything for the players that are running the back row. Now with that being said, I can also argue TCG has Regeki and the OCG doesn't have Regeki. So we both have our differences, but a lot of players over in TCG, we do want what the OCG has. So with that being said, having Harpie's Feather Duster on our plate and on our end of the spectrum would be fun and easy, and something a lot of us would be happy to have because we haven't had a card in existence on our site in a while. Number 6, Wind-Up Carrier Zenmaity. Now, me personally, this card should have never been banned. This is one of those cards that a lot of players have been preaching come off the ban list since it got hit, and for good reason. It's a simple effect. You attach the material, especially on the wind-up monster from your deck. The reason why this card got banned, as a lot of you guys already know, is because Konami did not want a deck who they felt was past its prime be competitive. They did this with plants, and they did it with wind-ups, because wind-up in the Pendulum era, in the start of the Pendulum era, was one of those great decks from the XYZ era that just was shrekking all of the Pendulum decks outside of the Hunter loop. They didn't need the Hunter loop to go off, and you still could run Hunter in the deck if you wanted to do a little damage. But yeah, man, wind-ups had a lot of crazy combos. They span the field, and honestly, in today's day and age with the Link monsters, why isn't it back? We just got a wind-up Link monster announced, so I can definitely see it coming back in the near future. But yeah, man, Wind-Up Carrier Zenmaity as a player card because one was a very popular deck back in 2012, and I believe mid 2013-ish, 14-ish, correct me if I'm wrong, when the wind-up deck was pretty popular again. But overall, the card is very popular, and a lot of players want to see it off the list. Number 5, Super Polymerization. Now, this is mainly for a lot of hero players. I'm part of the hero Facebook group, but I do see a lot of people wanting Super Polymerization off the ban list, and it's for good reason because they're using decks like Lunar Lights, because they use fusions, and any other deck that use fusion outside of heroes. It's really good in the side deck for decks if you know you're playing as a deck that uses the same type of attribute that you do. So with that being said, a lot of people like Super Polymerization in the card, and I personally like it. It's the only card, or one of the very few cards, that's a spell speed 4, which pretty much you can't change to it at all. So yeah, man, hopefully it's in 2018, Konami will take it off the ban list. It really probably won't do much outside of heroes and decks like Lunar Lights anyway. Number 4, Inzektor Dragonfly. Now, this card is not on the ban list, it's on the limited list, but heck, I see enough people complain, rant, and moan about Dragonfly, so I'm just gonna, you might as well consider it banned because the deck Inzektor is completely unplayable. With Kamen Rider being as popular as it is in Japan and has a cult following in America, Dragonfly, of course, is going to have the same type of following. Inzektors was a very popular deck in 2012, and when it took a nosedive by getting hit by the ban list by Konami, a lot of players was hurt, and for good reason, because the deck is was pretty OP for its time. Nowadays, fast forward to 2017, I don't really see Inzektors being that much of a big deal, which is the reason why a lot of players want it off the list. And heck, if it came off the list, I personally wouldn't care. Number 3, Chaos Emperor Dragon. Now, this card, a lot of people want off the list because it got the reprint in Japan, and it pretty much got neutered. And honestly speaking, all of the cards that got neutered in the LCG that pretty much is playable in the LCG now, I don't see why Konami the TCG hasn't gotten their act together and brung them over here. I mean, Chaos Emperor Dragon is a very powerful card with its neutered effect, but it's not as good as it used to be. So come on, Konami the TCG, stop being scary, give us our Chaos Emperor Dragon Black. All the players want to play this card in 2018, but who knows? The January 2018 ban list is projected to be very good, only because we're in Spiral format, and it's pretty much feel like we've been playing the same format of Yu-Gi-Oh for an entire year, due to the fact that we had Zodiac for the first 6 months, and the last 4 or 5 months has been Spirals, and that's pretty much been like a one deck format with a splash of decks here and there. Number 2, the most popular Shaddoll Construct. There's not a day I don't go on Facebook where I don't hear about somebody complaining about Shaddolls being needing to come off the ban list. Shaddoll Construct is bae for a lot of people, especially a lot of people in Chicago, because a lot of Chicago players love Shaddolls, and for good reason. Shaddolls is a good deck, easy to learn, and very powerful for what it was. A lot of players felt like Shaddoll Construct should not get the hit, and I don't even believe it ever got hit in Japan. The reason why the TCG hit is because of, once again, money. Konami and TCG hates seeing older decks that doesn't make the money stay relevant, because they feel like players won't invest into the new product, which of course cuts from their profits. But yeah, man, a lot of players want Shaddoll Construct to come off the ban list because it's very good, very powerful, and I do not blame them. And the last but not least, the number 1 card on this list is obviously Elemental Hero Stratos. Now, Stratos has been banned for a while now, and a lot of hero players projected back in 2015 when we got the Hero Strike structure deck that Stratos is going to come off the ban list finally. And guess what happened? It never did. And I don't understand why. Heroes ain't doing squad in the OCG. I mean, it's a solid deck in the OCG, but it's not doing squad. And honestly speaking, if Stratos come out the ban list right now, it would not make that much of an impact on the meta. I mean, it's just tutors a hero card. We have other cards and decks that do the same thing plus more. A great example is Shaddoll Knight Neb. But overall, man, Stratos is definitely the most popular card everyone wants off the ban list. Heck, even players who don't even play heroes want the card off the ban list because they don't want to hear us hero players complain, rant, and moan about Stratos anymore. So with all that being said, guys, post your thoughts and opinions about this list in the comment section down below. If there's a card that you guys think was popular that was not included on this list, also let me hear that in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't. This is Innovation Yugioh, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.